Hello YouTube, my name is Timothy and today I am going to be showing you how to install LAMP onto your server. So to begin, we are going to load our SSH client. I am using SecureCRT 7.1. That is a paid software, so if you would like a free one, try Putty. So to begin, we are going to log in as the root user. This is a clean server and we are going to do apt-get update. It's going to do a bunch of updates. Alright, now once that finishes, we are going to begin by adding a user. By that we do add user, one word, and then space the username. So we're just going to use test user, just for testing, you know. We'll do test user. Now it's going to ask for a Unix password. I'm just going to do test, then retype it, so test, name, test, and then this information you don't need, you just hit enter, and then just put nothing. It's going to ask you if this information is correct. You're going to say Y for yes or N for no, and then our user is created. Now we're going to install Apache, so we're going to do apt-get again. This time we're going to do install space Apache 2. Apache 2 is one word. And then we're going to say yes, we want to continue. All of these commands will be in the description. Alright, so now that Apache is installed, we're going to install MySQL. By that we're going to do apt-get again. We're going to do install MySQL-server space lib apache 2-mod auth -mysql space php 5 -mysql. Then we're going to hit enter. I'm going to say yes, we want to continue. And then it's going to ask for a root MySQL password. This is going to be the root password for MySQL, so you should probably make it secure. I'm just going to use test because I'm going to delete it after, so it doesn't have to be secure. And then it's going to be repeat password, so we're going to do test again, or whatever the password is. Don't use test. Test is probably very bad. Alright, so now that MySQL is installed, we are going to type MySQL _install _DB, which stands for database. That's gonna go, and it did its thing. Now we're gonna type /usr, that's /bin /mysql _secure installation, and hit enter. It's gonna ask for your current root password, so ours was test. It's gonna ask you if you want to change your root password. You're probably gonna want to pick no, because there's no point, you just created it. So you're gonna do N for no. You're gonna want to do yes to remove anonymous users. You're gonna do yes again to disable root login remotely. You're gonna do yes again to remove all the test databases and accesses to it. And then you're gonna do yes to reload the tables. Okay, so now MySQL is installed. Now we're going to install PHP 5. So by that we do apt-get install PHP 5 space lib apache 2 -mod -php 5 space php 5 -mcrypt, and then we're going to hit enter. And then we're going to say yes, we want to continue. Okay, so now that is installed. Now we're going to want to type in nano/etc/apache 2 /mods enabled /dir.conf. Okay, so in here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this index.php, we're gonna delete that one, and then we're going to go over to the beginning of the document, just like that. We're gonna do Control X to save it. It's gonna say save modification buffer. You're gonna do Y for yes, and it's gonna ask your file name. You're gonna leave that the way it is. Just hit enter, and then we save that. Now we're gonna search for PHP modules that you may want to install onto your server. By that we do apt-cache space search space PHP 5 hyphen. And then here you can scroll up and see all the modules that you may want to install. I'm just going to install one because I don't really need them, because I'm just going to delete this anyway. So I'm going to do, so to install one, we're going to do apt-get space install space, we're going to do PHP 5 hyphen, and then whatever the one it is. So like they all show PHP 5 hyphen, so whichever one you want. I'm just going to install curl just for the tutorial purpose. So there. And now we have curl. That is how we get curl. And now we are going to go to nano. We're going to nano etc Apache 2 Apache 2.conf, and we're going to go down to the bottom always. Alright, so you're going to see a bunch of this stuff. Here, I'm going to copy this directory, and then we can do shift insert to paste it. Here, we are going to type, we're going to do home / whatever the user directory was. So ours was test user, and then make sure you include a / at the end too. So like that. Control X, Y, and then enter, just like we did before. And now we are going to do cd etc Apache 2 sites available. And you can do ls to see what's in that folder if you want to. But we're just gonna, right now we're gonna do nano site, or whatever. You don't have to do site. Do whatever your website's gonna be named. So like if it was my main site, I do Tim Cole instead of site. So but right now we're just gonna do site, just tutorial. Site.conf, and then we have a new document here. We'll call it a document. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do virtual host space asterisk. Or if your server has more than one IP, you can put the IP address, but if it's got one IP, put asterisk. And then we're going to do colon, and then our port number. Ours is, we're going to use 80, because 80 is the default port. I wouldn't recommend doing anything other than 80, but 80 is the default, so we're going to do 80. And then we're going to close that tag. And then we're going to do enter to go down to the next line. I'm going to do tab. Tab is not necessary, but I'm going to do it just to make it look nice. I'm actually going to go down another line and do tab. And now we're going to do server admin space, and then put your email address here, or whatever. I'm just going to do admin add local host. You could do your email or whatever you want. It's going to be an email, no spaces. Next we do, on the next line we do server name, and that's the name of your server to be named by. So we're just going to do test site. Next line we're going to do server alias. The server alias is the vhost part. That's, well, this is all vhost because it's virtual host. That's what vhost means. So the site alias, so like if your website is named something like I don't know, google.com. Obviously that's not your site, but we're just saying it is. Google.com. That allows you to, if you go to google.com and it's connected to this IP, you'll see this. But say you can have another website, a record to this server, and if they go to it, they won't see the same thing as Google. They'll see whatever their vhost is set to. That's the cool thing about vhost. So we're not going to use google.com because we can't really test with google.com unless we change our host file to our computer. And that kind of be bad because I kind of need to be able to access google.com. So we're just going to use, we'll use the IP. So the IP for the server is 107, 170, 162, 10. So we'll do that. And now we're going to need, in the next line we do document root, and then the document root, we are going to make it /home/test user, or whatever your user is. Don't use test user if your user is not test user. We did test user, and then we're gonna do public _ HTML / do not forget the slash at the end. Now we're gonna need our error logs. So we're gonna do error log on the next line, space /home/test user, or whatever your user is, remember that, /logs/error.log. And the next line we're gonna do custom log, and that's gonna be almost the exact same as the top. So copy the top line, and then when you get to /logs, you're gonna want to put access.log space combined. And now after that, we're gonna wanna do enter, and then we're gonna wanna close our vhost tag. Make sure you type in out virtual host though. Virtual host. Control X to save it. Control Y, or Y, not Control Y. And then that's saved. Now we're gonna need to make the directories that we listed in here. We do that by typing mkdir /home/ the username you picked /public _ HTML. So that directory is now created. We're going to want to do the exact same command as above, but instead of public HTML, we want to do logs now. Simple enough. Now to enable the site, we're going to do E2, which stands for Apache 2. And then we're going to do EN, which stands for enable. If you want to disable, you do DIS site. So Apache 2 enable site space whatever your site name was. So ours was site.conf, and then we're going to do enter. Now it's going to tell us to activate the new configuration you must run, and then that's the command to reload Apache. So we're going to do service Apache 2 reload, just like it says. And now we are going to give our user, which ours is test user, access to edit and read files in that directory. So we are going to do chown space test user, whatever the username is, / test user. So the username / the username space /home / the username, ours was test user, and then / make sure you have a slash at the end. Okay, so we did that. We're going to do the exact same as above, but we're going to have an asterisk at the end, so that makes them have access to everything in that folder that isn't already created. So now they own that folder too. Now, if we go to our web browser here, and we type in that IP. I don't remember it because I literally just created this server. So I'm going to type it. I just turn numlock off. I did not mean to type that. .162. Alright, so here, and here it is. We can get to the website by the IP now. There's obviously nothing there because we didn't create anything yet. But now we're going to include FTP access. That allows us to put stuff on there. So now we are going to do apt get install vs ftpd, and we're going to hit enter. And now FTP is installed. Now we are going to type nano /etc /bs ftpd.conf, and now we're going to go down this list and make sure anonymous enabled is set to no. Make sure local enable is yes, or write enable. Uncomment the write enable. There'll be a hash in front of it. Maybe not, mine did. You remove the hash because you want that enabled. You want your local unmasked to be unhashed, so remove the comment, or remove the hash to uncomment it. And now we are going to go down and we are going to look for our FTP banner. It's ftpd _ banner. If you don't feel like looking through all this, ours is at the bottom here. But what we could have done was we could have did Control W and search for it, and we could have typed like banner, and it would have brought us here. So we want to uncomment this line. We could go to the end of it, and we could do keep after the equals. You want to keep that. Type hello YouTube. We're gonna do that. Control X Y, then enter. And we're basically done. So now we should be able to open our FileZilla or whatever FTP client you shall choose, and we will put our host name in. Our host name is this, and then our user was test user, and our password was test. Click connect, and we can connect now. Here's our folder, and we will actually go to our desktop. Here we'll go to our desktop, and we will create a new document. We will create a new text document. We will call this index.php. Yes, I want to change that. You're gonna have to turn extensions on to do it this way. If not, you can just open your notepad and save it as a PHP file. Here, we'll just type hello YouTube. Wow, I can't type. Hello YouTube. How are you today? Question mark. I want to save that file. And now, if you pull this back up, and you should be able to upload it. And now, if we look at this file, hello YouTube, how are you today? Here, I'll upload something more creative that I have in my local LAMP. LAMP is Windows instead of Linux, you know. We're going to upload this. We're going to overwrite that file. And now we get this. This is a script that I made. We're going to do PewDiePie. And then we're going to do
21.
I'm going to submit query. It's 21 of PewDiePie's latest videos. So now we know PHP works also. And yeah, that is basically it. So I hope you guys did find this video useful. If you guys would like to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I plan on having much more tutorials and videos coming to you very soon. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. I would like to thank DigitalOcean for making this video possible. Use the link in the description to receive $10 towards your account when you sign up.
Drama Battalion.
I don't need no help, I can do this all on my own.